Good morning, Vagabuddies. It is about 8 a.m. We're outside of Cusco in the town of Poroy, and we're on our way to Machu Picchu.
There are only two ways to get to Machu Picchu, hiking or taking a train. And we are taking one of the top 10 trains in the world, the Hiram Bingham. This is gonna be an experience.
Marko is so excited. He's always been obsessed with trains. Even when he was a little baby, he was like, trains! So this train is a luxury train. We're gonna have cocktail service, champagne, live music, food. It's white linen service, and it's gonna be incredible. Not to mention the scenery that we'll be going through is some of the most beautiful in South America. So, are you ready?
Oh yeah, it's a 3-hour, 50-minute long train ride, and the champagne is being poured. So I believe we've got a train to catch, my friend.
Touché. All right, well, we are boarded and we're boozed. They've already served us champagne. They have that stuff called maca. I don't know about maca, but yeah, it's gonna be, that's potato soup. It's gonna be a fun trip. It's like 3.5 hours. No Wi-Fi, just beautiful views. So, are you excited, Mark?
I love trains, and this is one of the top 10 train rides in the world, so I'm definitely excited.
So the name of the train is Hiram Bingham, and Hiram Bingham was the American explorer who found Machu Picchu in 1911. He went on to become a senator and a philanthropist, but back in 1911 he was the first kind of foreigner to rediscover Machu Picchu. And he had a lot of interesting ideas about the significance of Machu Picchu. A lot of those have been kind of proven wrong throughout the subsequent decades, and archaeological digs have kind of shed light on what Machu Picchu, or at least what we think it actually was. But when he found it, it was completely overgrown, and it was kind of an exciting time. It was the turn of the 20th century. Big things were happening. It was right before the First World War, and yeah, it was a different era. So it's kind of cool to hop into this train and time travel a bit, and arrive to Machu Picchu in style.
Okay, so now we're making our way downhill because Machu Picchu is lower than Cusco. Cusco is about 3,500 meters, and Machu Picchu is about 7,500 feet, so not sure what that is in meters, but it's downhill. So this area right here, we're going down like about 400 meters in just 5 kilometers to get into this gorge, and the views are just becoming increasingly stunning. We've kind of moved away from the agricultural communities, and now we're in the more steep, narrow valleys of the Sacred Valley.
It must be hard to keep this railway open. Just looking out the window right here, there's construction crews working on the road that kind of mirrors the train tracks. There are landslides galore, and very, very large boulders, to the point where now we are actually backing up. The train is going uphill.
Actually, we need to descend 40 meters approximately. Yes, that's why we need to use a switchback system. Yes, it's called in Spanish zigzag. Exactly, we are changing the track. Yes, you see. We took the train. Now we are going to change another track.
Cool.
Yes, because the canyon is not rolling. It's very high.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to descend this.
Awesome. Love me 2 times, babe. One for tomorrow and one just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm going away.
Well, this is awesome. Totally see why this is a top 10 train ride in the world. The views are stunning, the party is going, and the pisco sours are flowing.
It's insane. Beautiful scenery, really good vibes, good drinks, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing quite like hanging off the back of a train with a cocktail in hand.
So right now we start entering the Valle Sagrado, the Sacred Valley. Right here you see Ucamayo. This is the Sacred River.
All right, I got one more pisco sour for the road. It's time for lunch. They're serving lunch, so I gotta walk back through the train, which could be kind of challenging because I've had a few of these things, but we shall see. So now it's lunchtime. We have a beautiful little plate here. I arrived late, so I have no idea what I'm about to eat. Marko, please enlighten me.
Trucha ahumada, smoked trout with salmon and also like a spread of avocado. So enjoy, bon appetit.
So for the main course, we have lomo saltado, but kind of like a filet mignon with some cute little vegetables tied up with vegetables. I don't know how they did that, but they did that. Ooh, corn husk is how they did that. Sometimes it's better not to know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we have descended from the high Andes, and now we are on the eastern slope of the Andes mountain range, heading down towards the Amazon basin. But it's pretty incredible. The mountains have changed from this dry, kind of high alpine into lowland jungle with lots of vegetation. Beautiful flowing river next to us, but we're getting closer to Machu Picchu. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the base of Machu Picchu. This was probably the coolest train ride I've ever been on, and I think that we are in for a very awesome adventure in the next vlog.
Yeah, so we're about to go up to Machu Picchu. We're gonna film a VR video and a behind the scenes video. So make sure you stay tuned for both of those. And big thanks to Peru Rail for inviting us on this trip. This was honestly one of the best experiences of all of my travels. So thank you to Peru Rail, and thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your travel buddies, subscribe to Vagabrothers, and turn on notifications if you've not already.
This train's about to depart. We're about to hike up to Machu Picchu. So stay curious, keep exploring, and we will see you on the Inca Road.
Welcome back to Vagabrothers in VR. I'm Marko, and this is the 360 tour of Machu Picchu, the lost city, built in the 15th century.
All right, well, after many hoops being jumped through, we have made it up to Machu Picchu. Got the permit, everything's supposedly good to go. I'm getting the character as Hiram Bingham. Hiram Bingham was the explorer, American explorer and historian who found this place 100+ years ago. And it must have been really challenging for him when he discovered this place 100 years ago. But it's equally challenging for us 100 years later to film in it. But we're doing our best. And we're excited to bring Machu Picchu to you all in 360 degrees. And do our best to kind of find places where there's not million+ people. Supposedly they have 8,000 visitors a day, which is pretty easy to see, because just over there beyond all the mist is a lot of people. So we got here as early as we could. We were in line at 4 in the morning and there was already a giant line to get up here. But if you are interested in seeing Machu Picchu for yourself, we are going to be doing like a before you go guide where we share all of our tips and point some things out so you guys don't have to make the mistakes that we did. But let's get filming.
So for all of you wondering how we were making these VR videos, we were using the GoPro Odyssey. It's a collaboration between GoPro and Google that basically has a 16 GoPro camera that stitches together into a single clip to make a virtual reality film. So it's the best camera on the market at the moment, and it's going to give us a really immersive experience. The reason that we chose Machu Picchu as a VR site is because A, a lot of people are interested in it, and B, VR has the ability to transport you to places and make you feel like you're there. The situation here is perfect. You have a lot of things that are at a good distance. It'll be perfect for looking at in VR, so make sure you see the film once it goes live. So the first shot we're doing is at these terraces right here. This is kind of an uncrowded spot, but it does kind of show the genius of Inca engineering, which was to make these terraces that function not just as a retaining wall to basically stop this place from sliding away, but also as a drainage system because it rains a ton here and allows the water to seep down right back into the earth rather than creating rivers that would wash away everything below it. But it also was used to grow food. Apparently could feed up to 1,000 people who lived here at one point.
So this beautiful building back here is the guard hut. We don't know if guards live there, but it's a good name for it.
So we all know you guys want that awesome Instagram picture. This is where you get it. This is called the Guardian's Hut, Caretaker's Hut, and it's got a view of all the terraces and the city below.
That is when it's not covered in mist and mysterious and tough.
Or crowded with tons of people.
Well, it's always crowded with tons of people, but sometimes it's not covered in mist.
Filming the first take at the Caretaker's Hut, which is the hardest place to get without people. And right when we've nailed the perfect take, this guy comes up and he's just like, "Chicos, chicos, chicos," asking to see our film permit. Of course we had one, but the shot was ruined. It's just kind of funny. All right, anyways, here we go. So the day is progressing, and we're making our way through the city. We're at what used to be the old quarry, where they got the stones to build the city. Alex is remaining in character all day.
Who the hell is Alex, man? My name's Hiram Bingham. Yeah, the stones were most likely taken from this quarry, where they were cut into slabs, hauled into place, and then chipped away until they fit together just right.
All right, so the 360 shoot continues. We've done about half of the takes that we need to take, and we're really just kind of working around the rain and the crowds. There's tons of people here in the morning. In the afternoon, it chills out. So we're kind of just waiting for the crowds to pass, waiting for the clouds to pass, and while it's raining, we're kind of in this cool hut. There's only a few of them that have been reconstructed like this because UNESCO requires that they maintain the area as it was. So therefore, there's only a few spots like this, but they make good rain shelters. How you guys holding up? For real?
Good.
Very good.
Good. It's a long day. Lots of up and down. I think we've probably walked around 5 or 6 miles so far because you can only really do a circuit. As we've shot around the people and the crowds and the rain, we've had to do 2 circuits so far. But it's a really nice place to be, you know, and I feel lucky to be here.
Definitely.
Especially being back in this place that I discovered in 1911, 106 years later. It's pretty crazy stuff.
We're now in what's known as the Casa del Inca. This is basically the royal residence of the emperor for when he came to Machu Picchu. About half of Machu Picchu is agricultural, where you see all the terraces. The other half is residential. If you can see here, the stonework here is incredible. A lot of these slabs are up to 3 tons in weight and are perfectly fitted together. This room's cool because there's actually a bathroom right there, and you can see where the bed would have been when the emperor would have stayed here. Behind us is the hitching post of the sun. Essentially, it's a sundial, except it measures the year instead of the day.
Pretty incredible spot. Really puts into perspective just how in tune with the elements and the sky the Inca were.
What's most impressive about it is it's the only one that exists in Peru. The Spanish destroyed all of them in a way to wipe out the Inca religion and replace it with Catholicism. So the fact that this exists is extremely rare and very special.
So out behind us is the central plaza of Machu Picchu. It's really cool because this is a very sacred temple. It's the temple with the 3 windows. Over there is kind of the residential area. It's where all the people lived. Usually they have llamas roaming around here. And one of my favorite things about Machu Picchu is that they don't actually employ landscapers, they just employ llama-scapers. And the llamas cruise around and nibble on the grass and keep everything looking clean.
And grab her. Oh my God.
Go, it's going, dude, it's going. It's coming.
Jump.
Oh, oh, here it comes, here it comes. Oh! Get her, get her, get her, get her.
So a lot of people wake up super early to get here, but as you can see, it's about 2:30 right now and the crowds have emptied out. The afternoon is easier to pull off because you don't have to wake up early and there's no one here. So why wake up when you could just have it all yourself in the afternoon?
You're broken right from the start for no one to tell you they feed you
Okay, so we're now in the Sacred Plaza. This is where you find the Temple of the 3 Windows, as well as the hitching post of the sun and the Templo Mayor, the main temple. The Temple of the 3 Windows is named because these 3 windows frame the mountains behind them. And according to Incan myth, those mountains are where the children of the gods came down to earth. Behind me, you can see one of the areas where the foundation was not that great and the rocks have actually slid off of balance. But that's really one of the only places in the entire complex where that's happened. It just goes to show how well made these buildings were. These buildings have survived earthquakes that have destroyed other parts of Peru. It's temples like this that kind of fuel the idea that this could have been primarily a religious place, because it does have such obvious connotations with the Inca religion being close to the sun god and close to the gods in general at this high elevation.
So this is the final walkthrough of the final scene in our VR film. We're gonna go over the lines and kind of just work out the space where we want to be. Virtual reality is totally different than regular filmmaking, so body positioning is super important.
Yeah, we can also use stereoscopic sound so you can hear us and know to look in one direction. In this case, we've got this beautiful vista right here. We've got some llamas walking in the background. Alex and I are gonna walk from different directions, say our lines, and then finish this film. But you're gonna have to watch the whole VR film to see how it turns out.
That's right.